I first fell in love with the game probably when I was 6 or 7, maybe 5 even. I played on organized club teams, rec teams really, when I was really young, and scored a ton of goals, and that was fun, scoring goals. And I think that's kind of where I developed my love of soccer and love of scoring goals, and I think it's carried me kind of throughout my entire life. Yeah, I think I grew up on a team just being the youngest of 7, so I think my part of my upbringing really got me into figuring out what it was like being on a team. So one of my favorite memories probably was just being on a high school team that, you've got kids from all different talent areas, skill levels, and you had to figure out still how to win, even if one person was not necessarily as talented as you were, or the next person. You still had to get them into believing in not only themselves but the idea and the concept of a team. So that's what kind of has driven me throughout my career as well. Yeah, I think when you're a younger kid, you think of yourself, I mean I can only speak for myself, but I thought of myself as obviously one of the best players in Rochester where I grew up, and you'd go to the state level ODP tournaments and regional camps, and then you realize, man, I'm one of many great players, not only in my region but in the nation. And as you go up in the ranks, whether it be in the youth national teams or even just your regional team in your area, you've got to figure out your niche. You've got to figure out how you can make your team better and kind of expose those skills to those coaches so that they see your strengths and they see that maybe their team would be better off with you on it than not. And those were the interesting parts about growing up, because you're kind of thinking in an adult way at a younger age where some other players may be thinking, okay, how am I going to fit in here? I would never do that. You got to try to do things at a younger age to kind of sell yourself and to stick out of the crowd so that you can continue on in the development process. Well, I mean, soccer's been my entire life, so to speak, and I feel like it's helped me develop in every area. Not only my people skills, problem-solving skills, my ability to stay fit, get healthy, maybe get unfit in an off-season, learn how my body works. The physiology of not just myself, but the world, and how person to person is different, and how we all can create our own experiment and environment. The ability to bring a group of players together and have them be successful, the leadership skills. There's, countless things that the game can bring to you, but I would say above and beyond all of those is just the sense of self and the confidence and the empowerment I've gotten from the game throughout my career. Coolest experience soccer's offered me off the field, I definitely would say getting to be able to fly in an F-15 fighter pilot jet. Yeah, I was given an opportunity 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and I couldn't pass it up. One of the most terrifying yet exhilarating experiences I've ever had. And no, I did not vomit, and yes, I did do the loops and the barrel rolls and got to 8.2 Gs. So that's definitely one of the wildest and most fun, amazing experiences of my life. I think anytime you can bring a team together and win championships is always going to be my favorite experiences on the field. I think we have had so many fantastic teams, but the teams that have been able to win, they've had that it factor, the X factor, the thing you can't really put into words, that there's a general knowing that, no matter what, we're going to do as best as we possibly can. And there is a little bit of luck involved when it comes to like finals and penalty kicks and whatever it is. You have to have that it factor, and those are the most special moments. Feeling like you can do anything with a group of people that have sacrificed and given everything for this one goal. I think that my process throughout my career, yeah, there is those time periods where you're a little bit nervous because you're not in a familiar environment, but I was one of those people that really tried to get to know people fast, and that made things easier. I was also one of those people that worked hard, especially when I got a little bit older past college, that I didn't know how much effort I can put out in the field. I would only be able to evaluate that specific day and be able to try to beat that the next time I went on the field. And I think that I'm definitely a more well-rounded person. I think back at those nervous times, and those times are character building. You know, you have to go through those times, whether you're going to play soccer or go into business or be a doctor. Like, you have to expose yourself to new experiences, otherwise you're not going to push your limits. And I think that that's what's so great about this team, is that every player here continually tries to push their limits, put themselves in an uncomfortable situation, whether it be personally or professionally, because it makes you a bigger person, makes you a better person, and it makes you, you know, understand more and why you want to fight for your country to win those gold medals in world championships. Happy 40th birthday, U.S. Youth Soccer. Keep it going.